shown you how the scales can be formed using the circle of fifths. In this video, I'm going to show you how intervals can be formed using the circle of fifths. So it's very simple. You just have to remember this circle in some way possible, and then after doing that, you will realize while composing music, some of the most important or commonly used intervals are the perfect fourth and the perfect fifth interval. The perfect fourth is the fourth note of the scale, and the perfect fifth is the fifth note of the scale. So it's very easy to form the perfect 4 and perfect 5 knowing the circle of fifths. For example, if you want to find the perfect fifth of B, which I'm going to circle here, the perfect fifth will be the very next neighbor clockwise. So that's F sharp. And the perfect fourth from B will be E. Right? So similarly, if you want to find the perfect fifth from D, it will be A. Perfect fourth from D will be G. So this is a very useful way to remember how to use circle of fifths to know chords as you play songs in a more creative way. The circle of fifths can be used to form chords in either a major or a minor scale. So obviously, before watching this video, you need to be aware of all your major and minor scales, or at least some of them. So it's very simple. You take a scale of interest. In this case, I'm going to take A major and probably circle it, right? So if you know the rules of forming chords within a scale, or also what we know as diatonic harmony or diatonic triads, you will realize that the first, the fourth and the fifth triad form major chords which have a happy kind of sound. The 2, 3 and the 6 chords form a minor sound, or a sad sound rather. They form minor chords. And the 7th one forms a diminished chord, which is a little bit of a shocking or a scary chord, you could call it, right? So we are going to try and use the circle of fifths to help remember that a little bit more. So if you take a scale A major, obviously A major as a chord, the triad A major, which has the notes A, C sharp and E, becomes the most commonly used chord for your song because it's the most important chord. And you will realize that its closest neighbors, D and E, will also form major chords, right? So A, D and E sort of form the main or the core, musical content of your composition, especially if you're writing country music or rock and roll and things like that. You tend to use these chords more often than the other ones, even though they are available for use. So in the A major scale, you have A major, D major and E major as the 3 chords which you are allowed to use, right? What if I want to form the minor chords, right? Because the scale has 3 majors, 3 minors and 1 diminished. So the minor chords are very easy to find. All you have to do is move clockwise and note down the remaining 3 notes as you move. That would be B, F sharp and C sharp. So B minor, F sharp minor and C sharp minor, which I've also written as D flat. These 3 minors are the minor chords of the A major scale, right? I'm going to repeat that once more. So A major as a scale has 6 basic chords, 3 majors, one being A itself, and then D and E being its closest neighbors. And then if you move clockwise this direction, you will be able to form the minor chords as well, right? So this is all in the scale of A major. So let's say you are composing a song or jamming a song on A minor, right? As you know, the A minor scale is derived from the C major scale. or it is the relative minor of C major, right? So obviously A minor as a scale is going to have all the chords of C major. But if you didn't know that, again you can use the circle of fifths to help you out. So in an A minor scale scenario, all these three chords are going to be converted to minor chords, right? In the A major, they were all major chords, but now in the A minor scale, all these three will be A minor. So A minor, D minor, and E minor. And to form the remaining three major chords, because I've already covered three minors, I move anti-clockwise and get the next three. So that would be G major, C major, and F major, right? So this is a useful way of figuring out chords for a scale, and not just any scale, for a major or a minor scale. And it could also work for scale modes as well. I'm not going to get into that now, probably in a later video. So the circle of fifths, again, as you can see, is very useful. So keep it in mind. Remember the circle, and you'll be able to play music very effectively and creatively as well. Because as you know, in a major scale, there's a prominence of major chords. In a minor scale, there's a prominence of minor chords. So all you need to know is remember the root, remember its nearest neighbors. If it's minor scale, all this will be minor. If it's a major scale, all this will be major. And then find the remaining three either in this direction or in that direction. That will give you the other chords. So this is about the circle of fifths to form chords for a major or a minor scale.